We're pregnant.
That's a reaction from family and friends when the Dotseys shared their big news. They are expecting it today. They weren't sure what happened. Like many couples, they dreamed of starting a family.
But it isn't always easy to get pregnant. WECT's Ashley Kozakowski reports they're one of the first couples in this area to conceive using a treatment that is fairly new to the Wilmington area. What is it, Ashley?
Well, Fran and John, couples struggling to have a baby used to have to drive to Raleigh or Charleston for IVF, which stands for in vitro fertilization. Now a clinic is offering that procedure for the first time in Wilmington.
So here's our nursery.
Zach and Tristan Dotsey are getting their nursery ready. Hanging pictures and hanging up onesies. This is something the couple hoped for.
This is so teeny.
But had doubts would happen. They tried for 2 years to get pregnant.
So there's a couple different procedures you go through before you get to the full-on IVF. And it's rough. I mean, it's a lot of up and downs. It's a lot of negative tests and a lot of let's just keep trying.
That's why they were candidates for IVF. Here's how it works. The doctor takes eggs from a woman, fertilizes them in a lab, creating an embryo that's then transplanted into her. Before now, couples like the Dotseys would have to travel more than 2 hours from Wilmington to even try IVF. Not just for the procedure, but they'd have to make several other trips for blood tests and ultrasounds before and after. The Dotseys say it would have been an obstacle.
The cost is substantial, and so even when you consider what you're paying the IVF center plus gas and time and doing all that, taking off work,
Maybe hotel stays now and then
right,
sometimes.
it does make a huge difference that it's here locally.
The fact that it was right here is, right down the street from us it made it a lot easier to be able to make the decision to do that.
Dr. Karenne is the first doctor in Wilmington offering IVF. When you talk to Dr. Frew, you can tell she loves making babies.
I think the most difficult thing that doctors peddle is hope, and I take that responsibility very seriously because we have unfortunate outcomes as well as happy ones, but to be able to meet a patient that you've shepherded through pregnancy and then meeting them when they finally have their baby in their arms, you realize that you're creating people. Every success that we have is a person, and that has ripple effects throughout that community, maybe the world.
To get the procedure approved at New Hanover Regional Medical Center, Dr. Frew had to do what's called a proof of concept. She started with 3 couples. All 3 got pregnant.
That was awesome. There was lots of hooting and hollering around the office. We go crazy every time something like that happens, but we celebrate pregnancy or else I shouldn't be in this field.
For the Dotseys, IVF worked on the first try. But that's not all. They got a big surprise when they went in for their first ultrasound at 6 weeks.
You do get to do the ultrasound, the first ultrasound, and that's when we found out it was 2. So she had to take a seat. She definitely took a moment and was like, I'm going to sit down. And I was already laying down.
There was only a 1% chance of the embryo splitting like this, giving the couple twins.
We were in shock for about, at least the first week.
I'm still in shock.
So now,
this is the back.
Tristan and Zach are expecting 2 baby boys, Fox and Phoenix.
Overjoyed. Just couldn't be more excited. And I know it's going to be sleepless nights and lots of bottles and lots of diapers, but it's, a dream come true.
And it will pretty much melt your heart hearing what the babies on the way mean to this couple.
Our friends will tell you we've got this just kind of a ridiculous kind of love. We make people
on each other
sick.
Still.
And just the fact that we can have something or 2 somethings, I guess, from us means a lot to kind of carry on our story.
Yeah.
The Dotseys wait patiently now for the day later this month when they can welcome their 2 babies into the world.
And Tristan is scheduled for a C-section later this month, but the couple is hoping that the babies that they can hold out until March 4th. That's Zach's birthday, and he also shares that birthday with his dad. But her doctors, they just don't think she'll be able to wait that long.
That's
usually
a lot.
Usually when the kids are ready. That's what
Yeah.
they decide when that's going to happen.
They keep
most of the-
asking the doctor, can we wait? Can we wait? And the doctor's like, no, we think that C-section is coming sooner rather than
Phoenix
later.
and Fox, when they arrive, when they want to arrive, they'll be here. All right, big question a lot of people want to know, I would think, is how much does it cost? Is it a pricey thing?
It is pretty pricey. It's about $10,000 a go. So every time you try it, $10,000.
I know that's expensive, but good for the Dotseys and for Dr. Frew.
Oh, they say it's worth it, yeah.
Yeah.
wow,
How common is this, Ashley?
So 10% of couples actually have a hard time conceiving. So that's why it's important that this is in Wilmington, because more couples can take advantage of this procedure, and adding that extra 2 hours, as they said, plus staying in a hotel, it makes that $10,000 procedure even more costly.
Are there ideal candidates? Do you have to be a certain age, younger, older? Does it matter?
It doesn't matter. They'll change the procedure if you're older than 38 years old, because you're a higher risk pregnancy then.
Right.
But she also recommended, Dr. Frew, that if you get a cancer diagnosis and you're thinking about having a family later in life, this is something you'll definitely want to consider, because chemotherapy and radiation can impact your reproductive system. So that's an option for folks who are getting that cancer diagnosis. They'll want to get a consultation.
Yeah.
So exciting, that one.
Yeah.
They want to wait until what, March 4th?
March 4th, we'll
March
see.
4th. We're gonna
We'll keep
pull
you
for March
updated
4th.
though. Yeah, we will keep you updated. They're going to let me know as soon as they have the babies.
A couple of Harry Potter fans, if you don't know, Fox and Phoenix, big characters in Harry Potter, so we wish them all the best.
You know what's funny? I'm a twin, and we were born July 8th, and my father was July 9th. He begged my mother to wait, and she was like, no.
Not going to happen.
Thanks, Ashley.